we ready to settle down? Okay, so the first question is a review of scientific notation. A lot easier than what we typically do. Before Common Core, this was the level that they usually ask scientific notation questions at. Since Common Core, it's gotten significantly harder, but this is a good review type of question. The rule is to add exponents, they have a common base. So if you add 3, oh, look at, is that 3 and -7?
Yeah.
Or it should be -4, it should be choice C.
Yeah. We still got the right.
Hey, listen, everybody be quiet. If you got that right, put a star on your paper.
I'm getting it already. You get a quiz. Yeah.
Oh, all the better. This works out to be all the better, because now I can correct it right in here and get it going. So I'm gonna give it back to you. If you put C for the first one, you get 25 more points added on. Randy, turn and face forward. Stephen. Michelle. Mike Nicholas. Joe Harrison. They're on the corner of the desk right there. Diego. Alex. Joe Toledo. Mike Cardenas. Frankie. Jocelyn. Rachel Diaz.
So were the answers?
Jenny. Anna. Melvin. Ava. Lenny. Randy. Kenneth. Chris Calmarca. Candace. Josh. John Segovia. Giselle. Ronnie. Davis. Manny.
One right there.
Matt. Jamie. And Shania. Okay. Chris, let's have a seat. Okay. Time to stop the talking. Excuse me, Alex, I don't need to hear it. Turn face forward. Thank you so much. Alex, not now. Okay.
So like this, there should be a 70.
I know, Matt, if you were listening, I said I added 25 points for every person who should have a seat for number 1. Okay, so, the one person out was Ashley. All right, so let's go back to the quiz, going over the questions. Michelle, Joe, Anna. So in the first one, it should have been 3 plus -7 is -4. That is my ding, 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 daily dumb mistake that I always seem to make. Number 2. So the correct answer should be C on number 1, just to be clear. Number 2, which pair of angles are congruent? The congruent angles here are the vertical angles. And 1 and 3 are vertical to each other. They're directly across. 2 and 5 are not, because 2 is this big one, and 5 is only a piece of that big one. So it's 1 and 3, which would be choice A, because they're vertical. Now, the next one says, find the measure of angle 1, or it is 113, find the measure of angle 4. Together they make a straight line. If they make up a straight line, they add up to half a circle. Half a circle is 180 degrees. They are supplementary. So 180 minus 113 is 67, choice A. And number 4, again, I have intersecting lines. I look for that letter X. When I see that letter X, I know that I'm dealing with vertical angles. These two guys are across from each other. They're vertical. Has to be 110 degrees. Okay? Any questions? No questions? That's a good thing. Okay. Let's get out today's Do It then. And for today's Do It, we have a nice little chance to start off with. So, the very first question says to find the measures of angles X and Y. And the measure of angle X is up here. There's a few different ways to do this. To start with finding angle X, there's really only one way to do that part. Together, these 3 angles make up a straight line. Now, they're not really supplementary. It's the same kind of concept. They have to add up to 180, but they're not supplementary because, excuse me, supplementary means 2 angles that add up to 180. This is 3 angles. So the first thing I want to do is add up the 58 and the 73. See how much I got there? I do that, I come up with 131. And then I subtract that from 180, I get 59. And angle X has to be 59 degrees. Okay? Yeah. And now, the next one it asks for is angle Y. And there's a few ways to do this. One way is to recognize that we have 2 parallel lines here and here, and they're cut by a transversal. So therefore, if I do drag and drop, if I do a translation, and I slide this down to here, the 73 would land on top of the Y. So they are corresponding angles. What kind of angles are they? Good. So therefore, Y is 73. Another way to do it, they're acute in the 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal, so it's 73. And another way is, here's my backwards Z. Here's the corners of the Z, the tucks of the Z. So if this guy's 73, that guy's 73. And then these 2 are vertical from there, so it's 73 degrees again. Okay, any questions? Okay. If you notice, this diagram is more complicated than the diagrams that were on the quiz. I took all of those old quiz questions from old state exams before Common Core came out. I took this one after Common Core came out. This is the level that I would expect the state test to be at. It's the level I would expect your final exam to be at. They've made it a little more difficult than it used to be. I don't think this is overly hard, and I don't think it's impossible, but it is a little more difficult than the old diagrams would have been. Okay, so now we're combining a little geometry with a little algebra. God bless. It says 2 complementary angles. Now, as soon as I read that word complementary, what goes on my mindset? They have to add up to 90. Good. And they're in the ratio of 2 to 7, which means that they have to be 2x and 7x. As soon as I find out they're in that ratio. So I add them up to 90. 2x plus 7x is 90. This is a same side situation. That's 9x is 90 divided by 9x is 10. God bless you. But, God bless you, it wants you to find the measure of the larger angle. The larger angle is the 7 guy, so 7 times 10 is 70. Manny.
Can you go back to the first question? I think that's 59.
These 3 have to add up to 180.
Yeah, 180 minus 131 is 49.
Oh, is it 49?
Yeah, it is 49.
Sorry about that. It should be 49. My second daily dumb mistake. So much for going fast. Okay, now let's get to letter B here. And this is a question that trips kids up like crazy, constantly tripping kids up. One angle is 3 less than twice another angle. What most kids, well, not most kids, what kids do when they first get exposed to this kind of question is they write 2x minus 3 equals 180. Because they know to write 3 less than twice is 2x minus 3. And they know supplementary means 180. The problem is, it doesn't talk about only one angle. How many angles does it talk about? 2. So the first angle is x. And then the other one is 3 less than twice. So that one's 2x minus 3. And I have to combine them, not just 2x minus 3 is 180, but the first guy, x, plus the second guy, 2x minus 3. Put them together, you get 180. Same side, same operation, 3x minus 3, add 3, divide by 3, x is 61. 2 times 61 minus 3 will get me the larger angle. That's 119, and we already knew the smaller one was 61. Okay, any questions? All right. So now we go to today's lesson sheet. We already did the do it. And now we get into the big topic of the day. The big topic of the day is the... Are you serious? What do you think? You're pulling them up or I'm pulling them up? Now, the big topic of the day, the last big reveal in the whole of the geometry chapter involves the 3 angles of a triangle. Now, first I'm going to show you where this comes from, and then, well, first I'll tell you what it is, then I'll show you where it comes from, and then we'll practice a few questions with it. Now, the 3 angles of a triangle always add up to 180 degrees. What do the 3 angles of a triangle add up to?
180.
What do the 3 angles of a triangle add up to? 180 degrees. Now, why? If I take 2 parallel lines, here they are, and I draw these 2 transversals in opposite directions, what do these 3 angles have to add up to?
180.
180. So let's say A, B, and C all add up to 180. Agree?
Yeah.
Good. Isn't it true that this is the same size as that one?
Yeah.
So that's also A. What is this also?
See?
C. So we already said A, B, and C add up to 180. So therefore, A, B, and C add up to
80.
180. So if I just get rid of the line on the top and I just am left with this figure here, these 3 angles have to add up to 180 degrees. So that's why the 3 angles of a triangle add up to 180. So with that in mind, everybody find the value of angle length, or how many degrees an angle length.
On the flash.
All right, so let's see if your math teacher can actually do some math right here. If I add up 83 and 35, I come up with 118.
Nope.
Nope, so far so good.
Yeah.
Now I have to subtract that from 180, and I come up with 62.
60.
So n is equal to 62 degrees. Manny, am I right?
Yeah.
Good, very good. Okay. Try the next one.
Oh, it says X.
Yeah, well, so this time you find x.
I found it, it's right there.
Go. All right, so what did the three angles of a triangle have to add up to again?
180.
180. So I do 21 plus 114, and I come up with 135. Now I have to do 180 minus 135, and that is 45 degrees. X works out to be 45. Any questions? Okay, so the first two questions were pretty straightforward. We gave you a diagram. We put in that diagram the values of the angles, and we asked you to find the missing one. So we just had to add them up and then take away from 180. I think that that was pretty easy for everybody. Now, the next level up is this kind of question, where again, I put the values in there, but now you're going to need to write an equation. Everybody try your best to do this without me. And then I'll put it up on the board in just a minute. Okay, I'll ask it again. What do the three angles of a triangle add up to?
180.
180, very good. So all I need to do is take these three angles. Here's the first one, n plus 10. That's my first one. Plus, here's my second one, which is n. Plus, here's my third one, which is 130. And what did we say they added up to?
180.
180, good. Same side, same operation. How many n's do I have altogether?
2.
Two n's, good. What about numbers?
140.
140, good. Equals 180 minus 140 minus 140. Guy. 2n is 40. Divide by 2. N is 20. But it says find the measure of the largest angle, which is kind of weird because that's going to be the 130. But I think what it means is the largest of these two. 20 plus 10 is 30. So that would be the larger of those two. And this guy would also be 20. And one of the things that I find very, very comforting about math is that when you're done, you can get an idea if you're right or wrong just by looking and checking your answer. If I add up these three angles and I get 180, I'm in great shape. 130 and 20 is 150, and another 30 is 180. So I know I did it right. Any questions? Okay. So now let's take a look at the next one. This time we're going to get three angles of a triangle are in the ratio of 1 to 2 to 3. Ratio just like we did the ratio on the do it question. I'll give you about 30 seconds, 45 seconds to get this one done. The algebra is really easy if you remember how to set up the work with the ratio. Let's start writing this. Melvin, turn. Put your backpack on. Okay, again, what are the three angles of a triangle add up to?
180.
180, excellent. So, I have a 1, a 2, and a 3, which makes a 1x, a 2x, and a 3x. So 1x plus 2x plus 3x is 180. Altogether, how many x's do I have?
3.
6. 6x is 180. Divide by 6. X is 30. So the first angle is 30. The next one is 2 times 30 or 60. And the last one is 90. But do you notice something a little different about this question compared to the previous questions? Alex?
It says, is it a right angle? or-
Yeah, it says, is it a right triangle, an obtuse triangle, and a acute triangle? Which one do you think it is? It's a right triangle. How do you know it's a right triangle?
This is 90 degrees.
It has a right angle, namely the 90-degree angle. Very good. Okay, there's a group work question. You can either stay in your seat and talk to somebody around you, or you can do it on your own, but I'll give you about a minute to get the next question done. Go ahead. Nobody getting up out of their seats. Okay, so, attention back this way, please. John, thank you. Now, if we take a look here, Alex, what we have is the three angles have to add up to 180. So, here's my first angle, the 2x, the next one with the hoop underneath, 2x plus 18, and then the last one, which is x minus 3. Altogether, they have to add up to 180 degrees. How many x's do I have?
5.
Because it's the same size situation, I do the same operation. And then I have 18 and negative 3, what's that? 15. So 5x plus 15 is 180. Minus 15, 5x is 165. Divide by 5, x is 33. But here's the problem. If you stopped at 33, have you finished the question?
No.
What does it want? Actually, it wants the largest angle. So which one do you think is going to be the largest? 2x, 2x plus 18, or x minus 3?
X, 2x plus
2x plus 18. So I take the 33 and I dump it in here for x. 2 times 33 plus 18. 2 times 33 is 66, plus 18, that adds up to 84. Is this a right triangle, an acute triangle, or an obtuse triangle? It's acute, very good, because this is the biggest angle, and this is an acute angle. So that means the other two must also be an acute angle. To be a right triangle, it had to have 90, and to be obtuse, it had to have an angle bigger than 90. Any questions? Preguntas?
No.
Okay, this side of the room. Walk your calculators up, every one of you. Put them back. The last time you guys went?
No.
Neither you did.
Yes, you did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I remember because I felt bad that the other guys did it like 3 times in a row. Chris, keep on coming. Diego, where's your calculator?
I don't have one.
Diego, oh, not Diego, I'm sorry. Diego's gonna bring his up now. Melvin, where's your calculator? Where's the calculator? Did you bring it back? Okay. Okay, this side of the room, go put it up. Back to your seats as soon as you're done. Jamie, take that calculator and put it back. Back to your seats.